Fantastic Four First Steps. This is the third MCU movie this year, and I think it's the best MCU movie this year. I am kind of surprised how much I liked, well, not even liked, I loved this movie. Going into this, I watched the last three Fantastic Four movies, and this is by far easily the best one, by far. And I liked the 2005 one, by the way. I thought that was pretty good. I did not think that was going to be that good. I have to start off with the settings. The old school New York was amazing. Amazing because MCU movies that are set on Earth are all relatively the same. All looks the same, nothing really special. This movie felt unique. It felt like its own movie. It had its own feel, and that is because of the old school setting. So I very much did like that a lot. Going into the characters, I'll start with Pedro Pascal as Reed Richards. He was great. I'm not really surprised there. He's a pretty good actor who did a very good job. Vanessa Kirby as Sue Storm was great. The actors who did Ben and Johnny were also really good. This movie and the family dynamic of the team was really shown incredibly well. I just loved the scenes of them all together. If it's Ben and Johnny, if it's Sue and Reed, if it's Ben and Reed, or whatever combos they put, it was really good. It worked very well, and that was very important for me because the marketing was a lot of family, which makes sense, right? The first MCU family, not the MCU, the first Marvel family. So it makes sense why it's very family oriented, but they had to nail that though. If this didn't feel like a family, then this would not be a good movie. So they did. The chemistry was very good, and Ben and Johnny are still super funny. You see that brotherly love and that brotherly, stupidness at times, and that was really fun. Sue and Reed were really, really great, and they did have their moments of tension. For the most part, was good. Johnny might be my favorite character in this movie, because you still get the crazy, obnoxious Johnny, but he is also super level-headed. Throughout the whole movie, you see him be very caring. His work in terms of interpreting the Silver Surfer's language ended up being immensely important to the whole story, and the team wasn't really taking him seriously when she first spoke to him. They didn't really care that much. His work ended up being very important, so I did like his little side quest. When I say major part, the Silver Surfer ended up sacrificing herself so that Johnny didn't. So that is pretty major. One thing I will say is I wish they went further or more deeper with Ben and that woman he liked, because they showed like a little amount of it, but I wish they went a little bit more deeper, because Johnny had his language thing. Reed obviously is trying to solve how to save everyone. Sue had the baby and had, being a political figure, that was kind of her thing. I felt like Ben needed a little bit more on his own little side story. I think it would have been nice to have a deeper story with the woman, but it's not like a super big negative. Going into Galactus and Silver Surfer, Galactus actually being shown was super dope, and he's obviously massive. The Silver Surfer was really good as well. I did like the OG Silver Surfer, and I think this one also is a very good rendition of the character. They showed flashbacks of her being like a normal human with her child. That was nice, that they did her very well. One issue I did have was that when they did come back from Galactus, and when he says, "I will take your child and I will spare Earth," why did they tell the whole world about that? I know this is a very public-oriented superhero team, but you don't have to tell the public everything. They did not need to know that information, and rightly so. They were mad. They just should not have told the whole world. I thought that was kind of stupid, because people are going to be mad. I don't know what they expected from that. When Sue goes out and gives that speech, I thought that was weak. I'm not gonna lie, because how can one speech just all of a sudden make the whole world not just okay with this possibility of everyone dying because you don't want to sacrifice your kid. I thought that was not very well executed, and that's pretty much my only real negative about this movie. Other than that, everything else I loved. I thought this was an amazing movie. Like, it almost doesn't feel like a Marvel movie because it was done so well, and it's such a complete movie, especially the ending when Sue is possibly going to die, and the silence when I was watching like in the cinema, that was kind of peak in terms of like, damn, I thought she was going to die until like the baby comes and does his thing. I guess, okay, I don't know the comics, so like I guess the baby saving her, if you know the comics, would have been like in your head, if that's even in the comic books. For me, I thought she was going to die. Also, especially since Johnny didn't end up sacrificing himself, so I thought, okay, Johnny is still alive, that means Sue might have to die here, which would have been a very bold thing to do. To give my rating, I am giving this a 9 out of 10 on my first watch. I love this movie. Like, I have very little issues with the movie. I thought it was very well done. I thought the performances were very good. The comedy felt natural and not corny and cringy. This also gets me like more like, I guess, excited for Doomsday. Like, it makes me a little bit more optimistic about Avengers Doomsday.